It's time for another Skyrim video. Let's get it, baby. So basically last time I found out I was a dragonborn, and then I killed a dragon. It sounds very geeky, I know. Anyways, on to the video.
You heard the summons. What else could it mean? The Greybeards.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here?
Okay, so basically they told me that I have to go talk to these people called the Greybeards to study the dragonborn stuff.
If you really are
I meant no
Dragonborn,
disrespect,
then Skyrim
of course.
needs you. Go to High
Just that-
Hrothgar.
What do
Talk
these
to the
Greybeards want with...
But in true Skyrim fashion, I stumbled upon a camp of giants. And I know how that went last time, so I stuck to stealth. I just snuck up to the center of their camp and I looted their chest. I actually didn't end up using anything that I got in this chest at all, so...
Huh?
And then I stumbled upon Fort Greymoor. I wasted quite a bit of time, because for some reason the outside of this fort was extremely well guarded. I guess that makes sense. Anyways, that being said, I made my way in. After being brutally reminded of my level 4 status, I decided to leave with my dignity in tatters. Don't worry though, soon I was back to finish the job. I decided I'd go to the town at the foot of the mountain, but I'd have to walk to get there. And walking isn't that bad, because you can run into all kinds of things, and I mean, look how pretty it is. And speaking of running into things, I found a cave. A vampire cave. At this point, I had no real idea what I was getting into, but there were some good rewards that made this worth it. Kinda worth it. Boom, fire damage, baby. Yeah, that was definitely worth it. Have I even mentioned how much the elemental bolt is carrying right now? I mean, did you see that damage? After some quick looting, I disassembled the steel dagger of embers to learn its enchantment and then put that on my main sword.
All quiet.
As soon as you run in, the master vampire will come and attack you. So after some quick potion usage, I took him out and looted all of their stuff. Unfortunately, this chest didn't have anything good and I didn't use anything in it. After killing all those vampires, I just kept walking and eventually I left the snow area. Killed some hostile wolves, of course, and then I kept moving on. Dude, I got murked by this bear like 9 times over the course of me trying to take it out. Eventually, after like 30 minutes, I managed to get the upper hand and I ended up exploring his little cave. By explore, I mean I quick saved and then got murked by the bears and didn't come back in at all. Now this is where it gets good. After endless exploring, I eventually ran into a wild wizard, and after killing him, I got the spell that I am still using today, like 10 levels later, and like 30 clips later, I'm still using the spell. It's called Conjure Undying Ghost, and it's really good because it kind of scales with whatever level you're at because it doubles the amount of magic that you have, and it puts that into it. It took me an embarrassing amount of time to realize that I actually had to aim at the ground to be able to summon him, but here he is. His name is Fred. Boom, there he is. My boy Fred. He's gonna be here for a long time, so I hope you like him. Then I found this guy, who told me,
If I were you, I'd keep away from the barrow on the east side of town. It's haunted.
so what did I do? I went to the barrow on the east side of town to find some ghosts. Why? Because ghosts are cool, and of course, also it's a dungeon. Who doesn't like exploring dungeons? And this has ghosts and a dungeon, so it's a double whammy.
Leave this place. Leave this place.
Boom, there he is. After being blasted with lightning, I figured this would be a great time to test Fred out. Just look at him go. Look at all that damage. He's doing such a good job. Another amazing thing about him is that Fred takes a lot of the attention away from me so I can do some damage. Unfortunately, this guy was not a ghost. This boy's name was Wendiliath Gatharian. As you can see from this little entry right here, it turns out that he was actually a man pretending to be a ghost to keep people away from this treasure. Unfortunately, I don't have a sapphire claw, so I can't even open this door. I met these guys outside of a castle full of bandits.
Good. The place is crawling with bandits.
See, they wanted me to take care of it though and open the gate.
The front gate is locked, so you'll need to use the mine entrance behind us. Open the front gate, and we'll try and give you some support.
So off I went to wreak some havoc. I killed some people, and then some more people, and then I summoned Fred to help me kill more people, and more people, and more people. And then I looted a lot of stuff, and I mean a lot of stuff. Then I got outside, and I opened the gate. To my surprise, nobody came to help me. So I killed everyone and I dipped. When I got back to town, there was a lot of people that ran up to me, and I found it hilarious that these menacing-looking guys just sat there and waited for my conversation to end in order to attack me. They wanted to kill me because I said I was the Dragonborn, and they think that there's another Dragonborn later on and we're false prophets or whatever. Anyways, obviously, they were way out of my league because they nearly took out all my health. So naturally, I ran and healed a bit, and then I summoned Fred to help me take everyone out. And then I stole their mask because I thought it looked cool. I also found Spell Tome Fury on him, which makes people and creatures up to level 6 attack anything around them for 30 seconds. And while testing a few new awesome spells, of course, I decided, man, wouldn't it be awesome if I could make giants attack each other? So I ran to the nearby giant camp. And in the giant camp off to the side, I found my next victim. Just kidding, he was too strong for me to use it against, apparently. And so off I snuck back into the bushes to leave these giants for another day. And then there was a dragon. I did some damage to him, you know, quick shots here and there whenever he'd stop moving, of course. But in the end, it was just a little too much for me to take care of myself.
You've got a deal. It's the one with the saddle.
That's right, baby. I got a horse that I only use every now and then. Yay. Now, at long last, I was back at Fort Greymore. I killed people, I killed more people, and then I met Agnes.
I just cook and clean and do whatever it is they ask of me.
Who I can assure you is safe. Me and Fred cleaned up a few more lowlifes, and then we got to looting. I found a flawed Vlora stone, which comes in handy later, I assume. To be honest, I looked it up and I still don't know what it does. And then we were back at it, cleaning up the trash, baby. Got back to looting, took a few potions. I asked Fred, and he said he approves of my lockpicking skills. And then just as quickly as I'd gotten in, I was out, and I stumbled upon this mammoth, and I was like, well, might as well quick save and see how much damage you can do to this guy. Allow me to remind you that Elemental Bolt does 50 damage. Look at that. That looks like nothing. And so, of course, I just kind of like ran for cover because that thing was huge. And I don't know if you noticed, but right about here, he just murks Fred. Poof. Gone. Up until this point, nothing had even killed Fred. So it was a little scary. So while running away from the mammoth, I found this little hidey hole. The only issue is, apparently, once you're in the backside, you can't even get out of. So I couldn't get out, and he couldn't get in, and I couldn't shoot any spells up to hit him.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Seeing Fred get demolished repeatedly and only a few hits was enough to convince me that I didn't want to get hit myself. So I sat there summoning him over and over and shooting the occasional elemental bolt at the mammoth, and eventually we got the job done. Alright, that is it for this one. I hope you enjoyed, but it's time for me to disappear for a week or so again. If you liked it, let me know. Another one will come out soon. Yay.
Show me your gritty. Show me your gritty. Show me your... Oh my god, that's one way to hit the gritty! That's one way to hit the gritty!
This video is very, very close to 10 minutes. So let me introduce you to Tim, the tiny tape man. Yay. He's here to carry this over to 10 minutes. Let's see. Say something. Say something.